Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are doing a new makeup try-on haul. I have a bunch of new makeup to try out with you guys. And for all of the steps that I don't have a new product to try, we're gonna shop my stash and use some old makeup as well. So this is a trying new and old makeup video. Let's get started. Okay guys, so just really quick before we get into the makeup, I ran out of magic cream a couple of days ago, and so when I do that, I just go through my giant box of samples and try different samples of different products. And the one that I've been trying the last couple days is the Pharmacy Honey Halo Ultra Hydrating Ceramide Moisturizer. When I'm applying it, I feel like it kind of leaves a residue on my skin. I like a moisturizer that leaves my skin feeling really dewy and luminous, but this one I felt like almost left like a waxy layer on top of my skin. I put it on a few hours ago now, and I can see that it's kind of pilling and peeling on my chin here, which means, yeah, not all of the moisturizer is absorbing into my skin. So yeah, I don't love the residue that it leaves. I don't feel like it makes my skin feel very hydrated, and it's just not the best. So I would not recommend that guy right there. But let's move on to the fun stuff, shall we? Let's get into the new makeup. I have a ton of new Merit stuff to try out, a few Makeup Forever products as well. I think maybe we'll start with the base. So I did pick up a new shade in the Minimalist foundation from Merit. This is a product I've tried before. I just had it in a really dark shade, so I got it in a lighter shade, and I was gonna use that in this video. However, I actually got a new foundation tryout, so I'm gonna use that one instead. If you wanna see me try out the Merit Minimalist Stick, I'll link a video across the top here and in the description box down below of me using that foundation. But for today, what I'm actually going to put on my face is this guy right here. So this is the new Makeup Forever, what's it called? Let me look it up. Okay, so it's the Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation. It's the one in this bottle. I'm sure if you watch a lot of YouTube, you will have seen a lot of different people trying this out recently. There is a Makeup Forever Pro store in Toronto where if you have the Makeup Forever discount, you can go to shop their products at a discount. So I went there yesterday and I wanted to buy a bottle of this foundation to try out, because the foundation that I use in my freelance makeup kit is being discontinued, which is so sad. And so I'm looking for a similar product that I could use to replace it. I'm looking for a medium coverage foundation with a demi matte finish. I don't want it to be too matte or too dewy, and I want it to have a pretty good amount of coverage, but not be like super full coverage. I wanted to try it out on myself first before I bought it for my kit, obviously. They were sold out of my shade. They're literally sold out of everything there all of the time. It's barely worth going, honestly. But she gave me a great big sample to try, so I'm actually gonna try this on my skin today, and we'll see how it wears and how it looks. So because I did my skincare quite a while ago now, and like I said, I didn't feel like I got a ton of hydration out of that new moisturizer that I used, I'm just gonna prime my skin with something that will hopefully add a little bit more moisture into the skin before I go in with the foundation. So I'm gonna use my Marc Jacobs Coconut Primer and just work that into my skin so we have a nice kind of hydrated base to go in on top of. And I'm gonna apply this guy with a damp beauty blender. Oh, I can't even get it open. Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna dip right in here, add a little bit to my face. I'll put the shade that I'm using in the description box down below. I have it written down. I just can't remember exactly which one it is, but I did get it in more of a tanned color to kind of match my tan, especially because we're going into summer now. Okay, so right off the bat, that is, I'd say quite a light coverage. I didn't use too much product. So let's try just a little bit more on this side. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna call that a light to medium coverage right off the top. I'm surprised just from the texture of it. I assumed it was gonna be a little bit more medium to full. So I'm gonna try just building it up a little bit. It's definitely very different from the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation. I'd say it has more of a glow to it. And the Magic Foundation can go on looking quite kind of satin matte, which this one is not. But I don't need the formulas to be exactly the same. I just want them to have a similar profile. I would like to be able to use them on the same type of client. Okay, so there is how the foundation is looking on my skin. Upon first application, I'm not feeling like it's my favorite foundation in the world. I feel like maybe I would like a little bit more coverage. I would like a little bit more of an interesting finish. I maybe almost feel like it's kind of emphasizing texture in my skin a little bit. I didn't realize I had so much texture in my skin until I put that on, so yeah, I don't know. Not my favorite right off the top, but we'll see once we get some other makeup on, and we'll kind of see how it wears throughout this video, and we'll make a more of a final decision on it after trying it out a few times. But those are just kind of my first impressions on that. So I'm gonna go ahead and really quickly color correct underneath my eyes using my Becca color corrector. An oldie but a goodie. And then this is not a new concealer for me, but this is a new shade of concealer. So this is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Self-Setting Concealer. I had this in shade, I think 30 before, and I absolutely loved it. I went through the whole thing, and so when I was at the pro shop yesterday, I wanted to pick up another one, but of course they did not have my shade. So instead of shade 30, she recommended shade 31. She said it's just a little bit more neutral, which is fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this guy, but I'm not gonna apply it directly from the doe foot, just in case I end up moving it to my kit if the color doesn't work well for me. So I'm just gonna add it to the back of my hand here, and then go in with it. Yeah, it's definitely too dark for what I want it for. Oh, that's annoying. They literally never have the shades there that I need, but it's fine because I can just move this over to my makeup kit. Currently in my makeup kit, I use the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away Concealer. Ever since I went through a whole bottle of this on myself, I've been thinking that I want to switch to using this concealer in my kit instead. So yeah, I just absolutely fell in love with it. I think it's like my favorite concealer out there. But this is just not the best shade for me. Maybe in the summer when I'm tanned, but I think I'll just move it over into my makeup kit. And for today's video, just to brighten up under there a little bit, I'll go in with my Hourglass Vanish Concealer. I have this in the shade Silk. And we'll just brighten up with this guy instead. When she recommended the darker color to me, I should have asked for the lighter one instead, but it's okay. Okay, so something I'm noticing about the foundation is I'm kind of like squinching my forehead as I'm applying the concealer, and I can see little fine lines settling into my foundation on my forehead, which honestly doesn't happen to me very often with many foundations. Sometimes I'll get settling, sometimes I will always get settling in my smile lines right here, but never really in my forehead, and I can see it settling there. So I'm feeling like it's not gonna be a winner for me, but we'll keep going. So I'm gonna set my face using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder. I have pulled something out of my summer makeup now that I have a little bit more color, now that we're moving into spring, summertime, that I wasn't able to use all winter, and that is the Danessa Myricks Balm Contour. I am in love with this product, but I have mine in shade medium 1, so it's been too dark for me to use all winter, but I'm finally feeling like we're back to a place where it's working for me, and I've been wearing it every single day. So I'm gonna go in with some of this to kind of bronze and contour at the same time. I've also been experimenting with a little bit of different contour placement on myself. When I first started contouring my face was when I was working at the Charlotte Tilbury counter, and when other people at the counter contoured for me, they would contour my face on like a really horizontal angle. And so that's the way I've been contouring my face, like quite horizontal, like this. Pretty much ever since then. But recently I realized that I feel like with the shape of my face, my cheekbone kind of comes a little bit more like this direction as opposed to like this. It's more like this. So yeah, I've just been playing around with contouring kind of more this way. You guys can see like all that texture in my skin. The foundation's really emphasizing that. My skin's actually in a really good place right now, and when I don't have this foundation on, I didn't even realize that I had all that texture going on. So yeah, I don't know. Anyways, so I've just been playing around with how I'm placing my contour lately. I don't know if I like it better, but I think it might suit my face a little bit more. You know? Okay, beautiful. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of blush, shall we? I am gonna reach back into my box of Merit stuff here. I have 2 new versions of the cheek colors. So I already own the color Terracotta, which I just absolutely love. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I do, because I've never really had a blush this color, but I'll just swatch it on the back of my hand there for you. That's what that guy looks like, and I use this guy a ton. I really love the formula of these. They're nice and sheer and glowy. They look so nice on the skin. And even though there's not a ton of color there, it really does bring out the color in your cheek, like just the perfect amount, especially for a more of a natural or no makeup type of look. So the 2 shades that I have are Cheeky, which is this guy right here. So pretty, a nice kind of like blue based, almost fuchsia type color. So let me just swatch that on my hand here. Looks like that. Ooh, so pretty. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then this one is called Beverly Hills. And that looks like that. A little more peachy pink, kind of corally. Ooh, I'm in love. So what do we think? Which one of the new ones should we use today? I'm kind of leaning towards Cheeky. Like, let's maybe go a little bit more blue based. I feel like I'm typically more drawn to peachy blushes, so I maybe want to experiment with this one a little bit. I'm just gonna put it on the butt of my beauty blender and then apply it onto my face. And since I've kind of changed the direction of my contour, I've been playing around with my blush placement as well. So again, coming more like down with it and not bringing it in as far onto my face. See how much of a glow that just gives my skin? You can see how kind of soft and sheer the color is. So if you're looking for a natural blush with a little bit of glow to it, like something that doesn't look like you're wearing makeup, I love these. I figure since we're working on the face right now, I might as well go ahead and highlight. So I'm gonna pull out my Charlotte Tilbury Nudegasm palette. I've been enjoying the powder highlights in here recently. They're a little bit more soft and natural than some of the other highlights that I have, which is, yeah, I don't know, just kind of the vibe I've been going for lately. Usually I really like a super blingy, very metallic, like, hello, I am here type of highlight. But just, yeah, recently I've been kind of feeling something a little softer. So I'm gonna go ahead with these guys and highlight where I would normally highlight. All right, I do have a new brow product to try as well. This is the YSL Couture Brow Mascara. So before I go in with that, I am just first going to press up my brow hairs using the ABH Brow Freeze. I'm going to get my brows done on Thursday this week. They need it so badly. This was recommended to me by one of you guys, I think years ago. So I'm looking forward to trying it out. Really, really beautiful packaging. Very luxurious, as you would expect from YSL. Wand's a little bit bigger than I typically like, but that's okay. At least it tapers. Oh boy, what color did I get? It's way too dark. Oh no. 4, Absolute Brown. All right, well, let's just keep going. It looks so dark on my brows. Maybe I'm just not used to having this dark of a color. It applied quite seamlessly. I do like the way the actual product looks in my brow hairs, but I think I just got the wrong shade. Damn. Yeah, it actually applies really easily. I really quite like the formula in the wand. Yeah, okay. I really like the product, but I think the shade is just a little bit too dark. Let me bring this down. Because even right now, I haven't had my hair colored since October, so I have quite a dark root, and like my hair looks more brown at the moment than blonde, I would say. And I still think that it just looks, let me look in a different mirror. Yeah, the shade is just too, it's almost like a black brown. I'm sad because I really like the formula of it. I really like the way it looks in my brows. I like the way it went on a lot, but it's just the wrong color. Shoot. Okay, well that's fine. It can just go into my makeup kit. I'm just gonna really quickly prime my eyelids. This is the Rare Beauty eyeshadow primer. So I'm just applying the eyeshadow primer and I'm noticing how much the foundation is settling into my little smile line here. I'll try to zoom in for you guys to see, but this is very common for me for foundations, but some are a lot worse than others. It's doing really well on this side, but it's pretty bad on this side already. So for my eyeshadow today, I'm gonna be using the Natasha Denona Retro palette. I filmed a couple of videos. I did this look and this look as well, and you guys really liked both looks, but I didn't film either of them. But I did do both of them using the Retro palette. So I had a few requests to do tutorials on the makeup looks from those videos, and I did those videos so long ago that I'm not sure exactly what I used for them, but I figured in today's video I would use this palette and just try to create something kind of similar. I think I've tried every shade in the palette so far, except for maybe this one down on the bottom here, Swing. So maybe we'll try a little bit of that today and just, yeah, see what we come up with. I also have been feeling like I want to pull out my Charlotte Tilbury Color Chameleons. I haven't used these in so long, and this is such a good product. And yeah, I've just been thinking about them recently. I want to get back into using them again. So the Color Chameleons from Charlotte Tilbury are like chubby shadow pencils. Some people use them as a liner, a colorful liner. They do dry out if you don't use them, so it's very possible that some of these will be dried out. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use one of these today. I think I'm gonna try this one, Mesmerizing Mink. I think this was a limited edition shade that came in her holiday calendar. One of the years we were gifted that I was working for the brand. So I don't know if you can buy this, but if you can, I'll have a link to it in the description box down below, along with all the rest of the products that we use today. I'm gonna give it a quick sharpen because I can see the tip is definitely quite dry. It's been years probably since I've used this. And I think I'm just gonna use this as a base. We'll put our other eyeshadows on top of it, but I'm gonna go ahead and just draw it onto the eye. Yeah, definitely a little bit dry compared to how they are when they come fresh. Like usually they go on really creamy and really smooth. This is tugging a little bit, just lacking moisture, but still usable for sure. And then I'll just buff that out with my finger. So these come in so many different colors and they make such a great just one and done eyeshadow. You literally just scribble it all over your lid and then blend it out with your finger and you're good to go. You're done for the day. They're quite long wearing. They dry down and they set. I used to wear them to work all the time when I just like didn't feel like doing a full eyeshadow look. Like whether I was hungover or lazy or just like not feeling it for the day, I would just pop on one of these. And I also like to use them as bases as well because they work really well for bases too. So great little products. I was actually restocking on my Magic Cream today and I noticed she came out with it in a new shade, in a Pillow Talk shade. And I have to say I was very tempted, but I didn't buy it because I have all these other ones that need to get used up. So I'm gonna see if I can use them, and if I start using them more, I might buy that Pillow Talk one. Anyways, so we'll start with that. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're gonna go over top with our powder shadows. So I think what I wanna do is just get a nice color in my crease. So I'm gonna take this guy right here, Nude Mauve. And I'm just gonna blend out the edges of the Color Chameleon with this and get it into the crease to create some dimension. And then I'm thinking I'm gonna do a bit of a gradient across my lid. So I'm gonna start with this color right here. I think it's called Jude. It's kind of a shimmery, silvery shade. And I'm gonna add that onto the inner corner of my eye. That looks so pretty on top of that Color Chameleon. Wow, that looks great. And then I'm just gonna flip my brush over using the clean side and go into this purple color that I don't think I've used yet, Swing. And I'm gonna do this one kind of right in the center. Yeah, I feel like this color chameleon was the right call. The shadows are going down so nicely over top of it. Ooh, yeah, that looks so good. Okay, loving it. And then once I have the color kind of placed down, the way that I would kind of just blend those together is just flipping my brush back and forth and just kind of tapping over the seam where the colors intersect with each side of the brush, because each side of the brush has a little bit of each color on it. So that's just gonna kind of blend those two shades together on my lid. I think I learned that from Samantha Ravindell years ago when she used to do makeup tutorials. Now she just goes on the internet and talks shit, which, you know, that's a thing too. And then for the very outside edge, I think I'm gonna take the color right in the middle on the bottom here. This is Rebellion. Okay, love it. So obviously that little outer corner needs a blend, so I'm gonna go back in with the brush that I used to put the transition shade down, and I have no additional product on this brush. I'm just using it to blend and give this shadow the shape that I want. I have a little bit of fallout sticking in my beautiful little Merit blush here, so try and tap that away. And then for my lower lash line, I think I'll take just Rebellion and Swing together on the same brush and run that underneath. Here we go. Really easy, simple, quick look with so much dimension. Looks gorgeous. Okay, so I need a little bit of eyeliner, and in the interest of shopping my stash for this video, I'm gonna use this one. This is another old product from Charlotte Tilbury that I haven't used in so long. This is her Rock and Coal pencil in the color Marlene Midnight. I think it probably has a new name now. This is another product from CT that has just been sitting here in my collection untouched for literally years. When I used to work for Charlotte Tilbury, I would really, you know, cycle through all of the products because I had to use Charlotte Tilbury makeup every day. And so I'm quite a creative person, and I didn't want to do my makeup the same way every single day. So I would use all of the different products and really make my way through everything. So having all these different like colorful pencils and stuff, they really came in handy. But now that I don't work for the brand anymore and I have all of these other brands that I can explore and experiment with, I don't use stuff like this as much. So yeah, it's a really pretty navy blue eyeliner. And let's just go ahead and rock it on. And then I am gonna use it to give myself a little wing on the outer corner, which I will use a brush to just kind of smudge out. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can hear these little birds out on the balcony. Something about Toronto that is not ideal is that there is like no nature in this city. It is very urban. It is buildings and cement. There are city parks, but they are small and often dirty. Yeah, there's just not a lot of nature in this city, and we're in this new apartment. There's no really like nature around us, but these little birds I think are maybe nesting on our balcony or our neighbor's balcony, or at least they're hanging out on our balcony. They're just these cute tiny little red beautiful birds, and they sit out there and they just like chirp. They're chirping. We have chirping birds outside our window, which is so rare in this city. It's crazy, and I love it. It makes me feel so happy. All right, so those are very uneven. We're just gonna ignore that. I'm gonna give my lashes a quick curl. When I was looking through my little drawer here, I found this guy. This is just a little travel size of the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Lashes Mascara. I feel like this will be good for this look, and it's something that I haven't used in quite some time. This mascara is primarily for volume. If you're looking for a great volumizing mascara, you will love this one. Yeah, so hopefully you guys can see like how volumizing that mascara is. I just did 2 coats on the top and 1 on the bottom. It's a little smudgy on one of the sides, so I'm gonna fix that, but I'm hoping you can get a good angle on them and just see how much volume they have. So I will clean up that mascara a little bit, but before I do that, I just want to let it dry and then it'll just come right off with a Q-tip. In the meantime, let's pop on some lipstick. So I did get some of the new Merit Signature lips. I unboxed them in a vlog for you guys, but I'll show you them again here. So I love the packaging. It is so stunning. And I got two colors. So this is the shade Millennial, which I've worn this a few times already. And it's just such an easy everyday, just like throw it on your lips and go kind of color. I was just looking all over my apartment for the second lipstick and it was literally sitting right in front of me here. Here's the other one. I have it in the shade Slip and it's more of a brownie nude. So that's the color that I'm going to use today. So the first thought in my head is to go for Iconic Nude lip liner from Charlotte Tilbury, because I feel like it would go so nicely with that. But let's shop my stash and try something different, shall we? So I'm gonna try this guy here. This is still a Charlotte Tilbury lip liner, but it's a color that I don't use very often. So this is called Foxy Brown. And I'm going to just lightly add it to the edges on the bottom and then use it to overline on the top. The color Slip from Merit. The formula of these is kind of a satin matte. It's not drying at all. It's really comfortable. Just blend that all together. And then I'm just kind of feeling like I need a little bit more blush. So I'm gonna go back in with Cheeky, and instead of using it on my sponge, I'm gonna try it on a brush. And I think that'll give me a little bit more, woo, maybe too much pigment. And then now that the mascara smudges have dried under my eye here, I can just bump them right off. And that is it, you guys. That is the finished look. We have half a face of new products, half a face of shopping my stash. What do you guys think? What do you think about all the products? I do have a final opinion on this foundation, which is that it is not for me. I'm actually quite relieved that they didn't have my shade in stock so that I didn't end up buying it, because yeah, it's just not, it's not for me. It's not the type of finish that I really like. It is settling in my fine lines in a way that I'm not happy with. It feels cakey, but it's not giving the coverage that I want. I think really quickly before I go too, because I got a little bit of fallout from the Natasha Denona eyeshadows, which is normal, but it's kind of darkening up my under eye area, which you guys know I hate. So I'm gonna take my Bare Minerals multitasking concealer. I feel like it has a new name now, but I don't know what it is. And I'm just gonna use this right in here to brighten up this under eye area. Oh my gosh, yes. What a difference this product makes. It's like an eraser. I love it. Let's just go ahead and brighten up my whole face, shall we? Love that. Okay, there we go. So thumbs down for the Makeup Forever foundation. I will probably continue to use this sample just to try it in a few different ways with different bases and things like that, but I know for sure it's not going to be the one for my kit. It needs to be like very special and magical to make its way into my makeup kit. So yeah, that's going to be a no from me. But yeah, everything else I feel like turned out really great. I wish I had the brow gel in a different shade, but that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you're not subscribed yet, please click that subscribe button so you don't miss the videos that I have coming up next. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.